Welcome back, everybody. You know what time it is. My name is Randy. Of course, you are watching the 5.5 Garage, and today I will be continuing on with my Turbo Miata engine build project. And today's mission is to work on the engine block itself. Now, hopefully you've been following the videos in this series and you are already up to speed. But if you haven't, or you are not up to speed, I will let you know that in the previous video, I went ahead and degreased and cleaned my engine block and everything is good on that front. But today I will be addressing the cylinder bores, and for the most part, they are in pretty good shape. I don't have a lot of scratching or galling or anything that's going to require a lot of machine work. But the cylinder walls themselves are pretty glazed. So what I'm going to be working on today is deglazing those cylinders, getting that nice crosshatch pattern back onto the cylinder bore so I can begin the process of rebuilding my engine. And the tool I will be using today comes from a company called Brush Research Manufacturing, and it is what's known as a flex hone. It looks like this, and basically you have these little balls that are textured, and I have to look up and remember what the grid is on these actually. I'll have it somewhere floating around here in the video. But what you do is you use this, you put it in a drill, you lube up your cylinders really well, and then you use an up and down motion, and as it spins, it will put the nice crosshatch pattern onto the cylinder walls. And the reason why you want to do this is when you put in fresh rings, you need for the cylinder walls to kind of be roughed up to help those rings seat and bed in so that they can do their sealing job properly. When they are glazed and you add new rings, there's nothing for the rings to really bite into since the cylinder walls are already glazed, and all that's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of blow by, you're going to get some really bad oil containment, and it's just a bad time all the way around. So today I am going to take my engine block, I'm going to put this into an old drill of mine and start by putting that crosshatch pattern onto my cylinder walls. So I don't know how well this is going to come out on the camera. I'll try to get it at an angle so you guys can see, but if you look down in there, you can see how the walls of the cylinder bores are really kind of shiny, like they normally, well, you'll see after I'm done, but there should be like a crosshatch etch pattern on the cylinder walls, and these are very glossy, which is known as being glazed over. So if I were to put new rings in here, they would not seal properly. I would have issues, like I said, with the oil. My compression would be down. So what I'm going to do today using that flex hone is I'm going to run it up and down the cylinders in a drill, and that's going to put that cross hatching pattern back on here, which when I put the new rings in and I get everything up to temperature, it's going to help it seal much better. The way this works is pretty simple. I'm just going to spray some lubricant into the bores, and then I'm going to use the flex hone, and you want to get this spinning before it goes into the cylinder bore. So you don't want to put it in there first and then turn it on to have it spin, because you want to be able to get the etching pattern up and down fully into the bore. Also, there's like this carbon ring right here that I want to get rid of, and this will help get rid of that. So it's a fairly simple process. Basically, you want to do about 25 to 30 seconds and use an up and down motion with this in order to put the nice etching onto the cylinder wall. So it's fairly simple. I'm going to do it right now. Make sure you are wearing some safety glasses just in case. But all that said, I'm just going to get to it. Alright, so I just got done using the ball hone on this cylinder right here, which is cylinder number 1, and as you can see in there, it's looking much better compared to, like, say, cylinder number 2, and this really illustrates the difference. You can see how shiny this is compared to this. Is kind of what you want it to look like on the inside. I still see some spots that I need to clean up, but I'm going to go ahead and hit this again, and then this one should be good, and then I will get started on the next one. But as you can just see in there, the difference, and this is just going to help those new rings seal up really good when I put the motor back together. So, and you can see right now on the camera, this is after about my 4th pass doing this, but now I definitely have a nice crosshatch pattern on this cylinder wall, and you can compare it to the other ones that I haven't touched yet. So number 1 is done, and I need to do the rest. So you guys will get a cool little time lapse, and then I will come back after I've done all these. Alright, again, I've done multiple passage on each cylinder now, and as you can see, I now have the crosshatch pattern that I want on the cylinder bore, so I'm going to consider these honed. That flex hone tool really works great. It's very simple. Just make sure that I sprayed some WD-40 into the bores and then ran it for about 25-35 seconds a time, going up and down to make sure that the pattern would be consistent, and it is. And I don't know if you can see it on here, but I even got all the way down, so I even had carbon at the bottom of the cylinder bores. Is no longer there. So now that I have this done, the next thing I need to do is to grab my pressure washer and clean this one more time, because when you are using that flex hone tool and you're honing your cylinders, you are moving a lot of deposits. Getting ready to pressure wash my engine, and I decided that I am going to try out a new degreaser, and this is the orange degreaser from Chemical Guys. And I was used gunk originally when I first cleaned the engine, so I'm going to give this a shot and see how well it does. So